Just test something. 3-second delay. Public. Testing. Testing. Okay, that works. See if this works. All right, cool. Let's jump into it. I thought it funny how as soon as I start talking, this motherfucker comes out of her room and just starts like wandering around. What the fuck is with that? Pissing me the fuck off. A bit of it stole. Alright, yeah. Campaign experiences. Recommend you complete the campaign of Doom the Dark Age. I did. I have. I'll do ultra balance. I think that's what I did with my main campaign. So, I always do parry, large. I find it like, what's the term I'm looking for? It balances it out a little bit. I have my parry window large, but I put the damage to demons up a little bit more. So it's a little bit harder to kill them, but it's a bit hard. Oh, what do I... I find it balances it out a little bit, you know what I mean? And yes, I am playing with someone else.
And you, young sentinel, your father tells me great things about you.
Thank you, sir.
Terminate his life functions.
And destroy the Godmaker's prized possession. So long as he has that tether on him, we can still have a hand in his fate. Wait.
Maker's Church has disavowed all actions taken by the Creed.
We'll move forward with our own Inquisition, quietly.
I'll ask you to join me now in paying our respect to him. The people of Argent D'Nur rest easier now, knowing he is out there.
So just to give you guys a heads up, I've never played Eternal, but I have played 2016. So my opinion on this DLC may be a little bit skewered, but we'll roll with the punches to see what happens. You know. But I did like Dark Ages, I thought it was good. It definitely wasn't as good as 16, I feel like 16 was a bit better. But I liked it. I really liked the shield system and stuff. I know that was one thing some people didn't like about it. I actually liked that a lot. So, I thought it added... Oh shit, I'm meant to be reading this. A week over by the fall of... Can't be that important.
I need an update on Merrick's status.
He didn't report in.
I'm so ready to get back into this shit. I remember binging Dark Ages like I only played Dark Ages like 2 weeks ago, so I remember it like it was yesterday. Oh wait, shit.
Welcome, Great Slayer. Victory here earns you the right to stand before the High Council, as written in the Book of Ashes. The Oracle will be your guide should you be victorious. Many have tried, but none so powerful as you. You may begin.
Slayer, Valen's team has secured the entrance to the crypt.
Holding position until the Slayer retrieves the artifact.
Slayer, I can no longer send you support on your missions. Because of the recent uprising, all military actions will need the Khan's personal authorization. Know the people are brave and continue to fight because of you. You alone will give them hope. You alone give them hope.
I love it.
I watch from a forgotten throne.
Our flock has been led astray by your acts of defiance and that foe creed's weakness. Argent Anor trembles in the wake of your actions.
Welcome, Khanmaker.
Cities fracture, faith dissolves. They follow you now. Tell me, Slayer, do you intend to rule what you have unmade? Or will you leave them to starve in the absence of order? The Sentinels must choose to stand with us again, and they need a symbol. A sentinel of noble blood. A warrior your people will recognize. Marek, son of Valen, has pledged his loyalty to us. Together, you will strike down the Order of the Sixth.
I fucking knew there was a reason why they had such an emphasis on that guy specifically when they were doing the recap. Like, the first scene with the recap was literally like, wait, so this is your son? Yeah.
Together, you will remind Argent Anor where their strength truly lies. You fight for them, do you not? Then give them something to believe in. Or is unity beneath you?
Chambers ahead. The location has been marked.
Get that thing in neck bit and it kind of looks like minus the hull. I know I'm gonna hit that with something. I just kind of forgot. Don't know how it is. Yeah, since PlayStation. Oh, since PlayStation. I find the way that I like to play Doom the Dark Age is just like, well, that's kind of it. Because I'd be lying if I said I didn't ever play Eternal. I just never finished Eternal. That's the problem. And it's not that I think Eternal's bad, but I found, because I mostly play Lobby 6 Control. But the problem with Eternal is, I don't know, I just feel like it doesn't play very well. I could be wrong with that one, but I tried to play it, I played like an hour of it, I just found before you jump in. I know it's a very, by the way, I know that's a very fucking unpopular, but it's like, with controller, I just found the game didn't work with the controller, at least in my opinion. Dark Ages and 16th work with the controller because it's a little bit more slower pace, like it's less, it's a lot more like slower pace, you know. There's less of an emphasis on running around fast and flicking and shit, things like that, you know what I mean? But Eternal just wasn't like that with me. It was very too fast-paced for me, basically. know I need to get in there to get that, but I have no plan. Yeah, no, but that's like the main reason specifically why I couldn't get into Eternal. Too fast-paced for me when it came to controller, but I might give it another shot with keyboards. I might like it a lot more than keyboards. We'll see what happens with it. I do want to buy it on I want to expand my GOG collection. Now the PlayStation's basically forcing us into digital media, I feel like it's a little crucial for me to bolster my digital library with games that I actually play. What the fuck is this? Wait, did I do something? Like, for a rocket launcher, I feel like it's really good. What the fuck is it? That's a lot easier than what I thought it was. Yeah, alright. Alright, no problems with it, I'm just saying.
You are approaching the target.
I have such a hard time commentating on like those games, I think. Because it's like, I'm just so used to just sitting back and watching something. But I get used to that now that I'm actually like recording something or like live streaming something. When it comes to that game, I'm really happy. So much more used to live streaming and stuff like that. So, where I like do actually record quite a lot. Horrible. But it is what it is. We're all
The Slayer, the Sentinel's champion, has journeyed a great distance to kill you, my lords. We see your pain. The sins of your past give you no power here.
Only a cleansed soul may leave this chamber.
You wasted your life, human.
And your wounds run deeper.
You belong here, and here you will stay. The Council has chosen. Beneath this chamber will be your tomb. Come, Slayer. I will be your guide. I am servant to the Council.
Access compromised. Critical damage inflicted.
That was a pretty cool prologue, I'll say that much. Wait, that's me. Suit destroyed. After taking significant damage, your suit is no longer functional. Your maximum health, armor, and ammo have been reduced. The BFC is also missing and cannot be located. Fuck. That's not fun.
inhabitants of our prison must pay for their sins. When you leave, their suffering begins.
Tapping. With the chain spear, will you throw the attachment? Maybe I should have read that. Fuck. Click. This is entirely on me, by the way. I should have read that shit. Fuck it. That did... Shit. Throw this thing. I really fucked up by not reading that. Fuck, didn't I? This is not good. This is an I play on Xbox very often. I don't even know what fucking button I'm meant to be clicking. Fuck. Well, this isn't particularly good. I think I fucked up. Is it maybe? I'm actually clicking every button. Maybe it's bugged. Try that again. This is embarrassing. I'm fucking... I should have read the fucking thing! There's a thing down there, and it What's the question mark thing? What the fuck do you mean by that? I feel like I'm clicking. Give me a second. There's no fucking way. That can't be fucking real. Somebody says it's automatically unkeybind. Where's the control? Where the fuck do I go for the controls? Is it here? No. It's hard. Alright, I think I got it here. So to use it, I need to bind it myself. What the fuck? That feels fucking stupid. What do I even do this one with? Controls just got such like a limited thing. Alright, yeah. Let's try that. That is the stupidest thing of all fucking time. Yeah, that's not bad. Pretty cool, actually. So, creep attack, slash can kill crowds. Flash comparing health surges, attacks, press. outside of the whole you have to like find it yourself, I think that's fucking stupid. I actually don't mind that. That's pretty cool. You can customize the inputs of the chain at any time by visiting set. Okay, I don't really give a shit about that.
This way.
I actually fucking hate that all my ammo shit reset. That actually does piss me off. Like,
This crypt is your pain.
the health and the armor thing, I get. I'm cool with that. But my bullet storage, I don't know about that one. This is only like a 5 out of 10.
Shape. It holds many secrets. Find the keys to unlock your suffering.
Yeah, like after I'm done with this hour.
Only a cleansed soul may leave. 3 stones, each of which exact a price. Find them, overcome their trials of absolution, and harness the power needed to walk between realms. What you need, you'll find inside. Follow the path of the righteous to prove yourself worthy of the first stone.
I don't like this one thing. Where is it? Okay. Oh wait, that's not it. I don't mind that. I just want to like extend the thing on it. I need to switch dash to something. What do I even switch it to? I guess I could do that. How do I throw it again? shocked I died. I miss my shield. I don't know. I just prefer the shield. There was just something about it. Just felt fucking suck with this thing. Like, I get the whole, like, practice makes perfect thing, but I really am not good at this. I'm just like attaching on a random fucking shit. Let me prove y'all if I can go back to this shit, like, think I just prefer the whole, like, slower pace thing with the shield. You know, like, maybe I just have to get used to this thing. Yes, I want to go to my fucking last check. Use anti-armor tools to break I'm not beating the, like, I just can't fucking do it. This is why I play survival games, right? Because I just suck at this sort of shit. This is what I liked about the shield. I was, like, I could just hide behind the shield the entire time, and that was basically, like, how I played the game. You know what I mean? Like, I'd run around, I'd hide behind the shield and shoot things, and I just... problem is, I keep going to do that. How do I say this? I've hardwired my brain to play this game for 20 hours, 30 hours, one way. And now I've got to unwire my brain and have to play the game. That's what I don't like about it. I know I'm in the very, very small minority when I say it, but I really don't like it. Like, maybe I do get used to it, like, you know, maybe when I unhardwire my fucking brain from using the shield, I'll learn how it works a bit more. But since I'm still kind of used to using the shield, I'm really used to it. Like a bitch. Yeah, because I am a bitch. What the fuck do you want me to say? What the fuck do you want me to say? Like, yeah, you're entirely right. I am a fucking bitch. I don't give a shit. I should. I did a load. Well, Well, to be fair, the original thing never even told me that I had to change the fucking settings. So, yeah. Here's a little bit. But yeah, because I did see the gameplay demo for the Dark Age, the DLC. And like I think it looks smooth. I'll say that much. Like if you do like wrap your head around how this whole thing works, you can play it really smooth, you know. But I'm just not that sort of guy. It requires more than 3 brain cells. Standard, you know? That's just a little bit too much for me. You got something to do? Leave without purchasing. I can't purchase any. There's nothing to purchase. Oh. Guess I'll purchase that. Perform a dash just before the surgery. This isn't good. Now I have to change it again. Where? Okay, here. Why do I even put the dash as? I feel like I've tried everything. I can't do that because it's out of the way. I can't get one. Guess what I do there? Let's jump. That's too far out of the way. I don't really know where else I could put it. Oh my gosh, I get the bullshit. That's what I'm doing. Let's just fucking shoot it. What the fuck? That's fair. This is frustrating. What the fuck are you asking me to do? I did it before, but it's... What is it? Is it because there's like overlapping set? Is it because it overlaps? Like, what's the go here? Because I'm clicking the right button. Like, I know that for certain. Hold L and press when the chain appears is empowered. All right. It's empowered. I like the button. The problem is it just shoots. The chains. This control thing is like pissing me the fuck off. I don't know what the fuck it's going to do. Like, the controls are right there, and I'm clicking the buttons, but the buttons aren't fucking... I'm actually very lost here. I have no clue what's going on. See, I did it the first time and it was fine, but then I try to do it a second time and it's just not working. And I'm clicking the right buttons. Maybe it wants me to hold it? No? Like, I'm most certainly clicking the right buttons. I'm pretty confident. Jumps. I don't know. Okay, let's read this again. Hold L and press R2 when the chain spear is empowered to perform a throw. Headshots deal significant bonus damage. That's great. Is this charged? Am I ready? The question I'm asking is, what did I do right the first time that I'm doing wrong this second? That's not, just shoot. It's asking me to click the shoot button. There's just nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with asking me to click the shoot button, but the problem is, it's shooting. It's not throwing the fucking shit out! This fucking game, man. This fucking game! Maybe... No, I'm not even gonna say that. That's way too far. Like, because here's the thing, like, I don't know whether it's the game or I'm the stupid one here. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. But I don't know whether I'm being the stupid one or not. I'm sure that's what's happening here. Surely. That's ahead of me. That's ahead of me. I'm looking again. I fucking, you know. I'm so lost here. So he's where I am. Okay, so that's him doing the dash. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Alright, so this gut, like this thing I'm looking at right here. I'll just show why the fuck not. So the ability that I activated is, well, it's not the problem, but he activated a different ability from mine. So yeah, this is no info. This doesn't do anything for me. Because I feel like I'm doing it right. Like I feel like I'm pressing the right buttons. You know what I mean? But it's just not doing it. And I've already done it once. I don't know why it's not letting me do it again. I don't even know if I can like continue this on stream because like if I was off stream I'd just like spend like an hour trying to find like a solution. I can't do that here. Like this has got to be a little bit more fast paced than this. This is fucking ridiculous. Bro, I'm shitful. This is horrible. And again, like I'm so lost because I don't know whether this is me or whether it's the game, and that's the problem. Like, and that's what's pissing me off so much is if it's me, if I know it's me, it's like okay, it's whatever. I'm just being a dumbass. It is what it is. But I don't know if it is because I feel like I'm clicking the right buttons, but I don't know. All right, this guy gets the same thing that I do, which is the spear throw. Huh? I don't know. Like, I'm getting... Because I don't want to jump to conclusions, because if I turn around and I'm like, well, the game's bugged, you know what I mean, and then it's not bugged, then it's like, okay, well, now I just look like... I already look like an idiot. I think it's bugged! I don't know! I already look like an idiot right now. I think the game is bugged. I don't think this is my own ignorance. I don't think I'm fucking up here. I don't. I generally don't feel like I am. I feel like I'm pressing all the right buttons. Let me try something quickly. I want to try something. I want to change the settings. We'll change it to that. Get rid of that. We'll just see what happens. It's still doing the same thing. I don't know. I feel like it's bugged. Because I've got the same settings up as what this guy does. And he just does it instantly. This is what he's doing here. He's playing on PlayStation, but... Like, we'll bring this up. You know, bam. Throws it immediately. Throws it immediately. And then, like... And this is like... Bring it up. That, click the button, it does nothing. It doesn't. It's asking me to. It's asking me to click the shoot button. It's asking me to click this button. The problem is, every time I click it, it just shoots. It just doing it. And then when I let go of this button, it just latches on. Like that's what it's supposed to do. But when I use the throwy thing, when I do this, it's meant to throw it. But it's not doing it, which is making me think, fuck. I think it might be bugged. I could be wrong there. And I hope I'm wrong, because knowing what just happened in id, this shit's never gonna get fixed. But I don't, like, this guy's doing, that guy's doing it fine. That guy's got no problem there. You know what I mean? Like, there's no problem there. He's doing it more than fine. Nothing going on. Which makes me think it's me just being a dumbass, but I don't know. I don't know. I think it's bugged. This is an embarrassment to my self-esteem. This is destroying me. This is fucking... I want to make that abundantly clear. This is fucking my self-esteem up completely. I generally think it might be bugged. I don't know. What's that down? He shoots it. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's that button. He's got hold that, click that. Yeah, hold the button and then press when the chain spear is empowered. So yeah, no, it is a bug. I'm pretty confident in that because it looks like the chain spear isn't becoming empowered. You know, because I click it up like that, it doesn't look like it's empowered. It doesn't look like, yeah, it doesn't look like it's irradiating off the same thing as what it is in his thing. His is red. I don't know why his is red and mine's green, but whatever. Yeah, look, it like does that. But then when I bring mine up, it does a similar thing, but it doesn't glow the same. I actually think... Like, I don't know what I can do about it. Let me go back to the menu. Yeah, I've just wasted, like, the past, like, 25 minutes of everyone's time. I feel bad. Did it just... Okay, it just skipped me out of that. I still think it's bugged, because it's not letting me do it. Like, I guess I can just move on now, since, you know, like, I'm never gonna use it. Because it's just not fucking working. Like, I'm clicking the right buttons. Whatever. Yeah, I'm sorry for wasting, like, everyone's time there. That was really fucking stupid. Yeah, nah, like, you know, because I'm not here to waste people's time. Like, this is a gameplay preview. I mean, just play the game with no issues or anything like that, but it's like, because I feel like it's so... Alrighty, then we'll roll with that. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe the spear is the problem. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm the problem. know I said I was gonna end it right when I killed that boss, but like I don't think I will. Because that was like painfully easy. Yeah. Like I might, like I probably will continue the DLC. Like I like doing the Dark Ages, but I'm just not the biggest fan of Doom. I'm just not my fan. And I don't know what I'm encountering. I don't know whether I'm encountering bugs or just me being retarded. Like it's literally one of them. It's either I'm retarded or I'm encountering bugs. It's one or the other. I hope it's not bugs and I hope it's being retarded. But I really because like there's literally instructions here. Oh, yeah, because like the instructions here are like a fucking 80 IQ. Like the instructions here are so easy, a fucking monkey can understand. You know. Press that button. Maybe it is the... Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of the Sphere. I just don't find the gameplay with it very fun. And like, I play video games for fun. You know what I mean? Like that's why I play these games. You know what I mean? And if I'm not having fun with something, like, I'm not playing. That makes sense. Yeah, so truthfully, like if I'm not having fun with something, I'm not gonna play it, you know what I mean? I might finish the DLC. I don't know. I like Doom enough to like want to continue. But yeah, but then I've also got Echoes. I'm really looking forward to that one. It's out right now, and I've got it down. I'll play it right after this. I don't know if I do. Depends on how I feel. You know, that, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's a great play. Demo was that's my bad. You know, but I'm looking forward to Echoes of Minecraft. And then again, I'm also so we'll see how this one goes. Fucking cunt. So far, it's just all personal things. Objectively, this is good. I think objectively, I can see why people like it. It's just not. If you think there's something wrong with that, then that's fine. On a personal level, let's hope this works this time. Okay. After becoming airborne from using the meat hook, press It lets me throw it now. It doesn't. When did it? Spears and power. I think I get it. So I think that might have been my problem initially. Okay. Oh my. I was just stretching a little bit. Sit in this chair most of my time, so. Yeah. The sphere isn't. How do I get the sphere? Come on. Okay, I feel like I know what the problem is and what happened. The spear would come in. Alright, so... Okay, so... It turns out it wasn't bugged. I am the problem. I just didn't know what empowering my spear was. So, to empower your chain spear in the Revelations DLC, you need to execute perfect dodges. Alright. Okay, it's empowered now. So I gotta go up. There's a slide. Now this. By the way, all of this is on. to make that clear. This is not the game. I'm trying my best here, okay? Way longer than it fucking should have. Okay, I'm the dumbass, I get that. Yeah, so I know what my initial problem was with the spear thing. So it turns out I was ignoring the empowered part. I didn't know that your spear could become empowered. That's entirely on me. Yeah. To be fair, like, I feel like... Okay. I was about to say, maybe the game should have communicated it more for retards like me. But then also, I did skip a lot of shit I shouldn't have skipped. So, yeah, that's entirely on me. This is why we read the tutorials. It's my bad. Yeah, this is embarrassing. It's what Like, I still feel the exact same way that I do now that I did before, but I think we leave the DLC. I think we leave this. We're about to hit the 2-hour mark. I've got people coming over in like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, coming back from the shops, so I kind of want to end this before they get here. But I'll give my overall thoughts. I didn't mind it. Outside of me being like an idiot with the spear and stuff, I think objectively this is a really good DLC. I like the premise, and I know I'm missing a lot. Like, I know there's a lot more to this. Like, I know you actually go into Doomslayer's past, which is kind of cool. I think that's awesome. I think overall it's an interesting DLC. I think id's done a good job, obviously, and again, objectively, I can see how this is good, but it's just not my thing. It's just not. What I liked about the Dark Ages was that it was a lot more slower. Like, the shield was a really good crutch. I liked the shield a lot. And yeah, that's what I liked about it. Like, I liked that it was a little bit more slow paced. With this DLC, it kind of is a little bit more like Eternal in the way of, like, it wants you to be more fast paced, jump around a little bit, use the spear to, like, navigate and things like that. And that's just not how, that's just not how I play this game. You know what I mean? And again, it goes back to the whole hardwired thing. I said this earlier in the stream, but my brain is literally hardwired to use the shield. Like, that's just how I am. You know what I mean? I've hardwired my brain for 24 to 22 hours, however long it took me to beat the game, to use the shield. And now it's basically asking me to unwire my brain for a 5-hour DLC. And I just can't do that. Like, I'm just not that sort of person. So I think objectively this DLC is really good. It's got a lot of stuff to it. I think the story so far has been pretty good, and I think the spear itself is a good weapon. I think it's a good item for the game, and people who liked Eternal are gonna they're gonna love this DLC so much. This DLC is going to get them off. You know what I mean? But as somebody who didn't really like Eternal and couldn't really get into it, and didn't really like the whole fast pace of Eternal, you're probably not, like, I'm not gonna like it, you know what I mean? And if you didn't like Eternal specifically because it was fast-paced, you're not gonna like this. I just don't feel like, it's just not here. Like, they keep the parrying stuff, which I like, but Again, it's asking you to be a bit more fast-paced, which is the one thing I didn't like about Eternal, you know what I mean? But the one thing I loved about Dark Ages was that it was a lot more slower-paced. So now that it's asking me to be a bit more fast-paced, I'm just not the biggest fan of. So yeah, I'll say that much. But I think that's how I feel about this. Again, I think if you liked Eternal, you'll love this DLC. If you didn't like Eternal and you like the more slower paced Doom thing, you're probably not going to like this DLC as much. This is just not for me. Again, I might crawl to the finish line with this DLC off stream, because I just like the story of Doom the Dark Ages that much that I might just crawl past this DLC just to see what happens story-wise, but outside of that, I just don't find the gameplay of this DLC to be very appealing. You know what I mean? I don't like it. I don't like the fast pace of it. Yeah, it's just not my thing. So I think objectively this DLC is great, but on a personal level, I'm just not having that much fun with it. You know what I mean? I think that's my overall thoughts of the Revelations DLC. I'll give it a bigger shot. I'll play through the rest of it on my own time. But yeah, I'm just not my thing. As would say, it's not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? And that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know what I mean? You know, you're gonna like some stuff. You're not gonna like some stuff, and this is just not my thing. Again, I think the story's really great so far, but the spear, I just don't like the spear. I just don't. You know, I prefer the shield in literally every single instance. If I could switch the shield out, I fucking totally would, because I just prefer how the gameplay is with the shield. I think the way the gameplay is surrounding the shield is just, in my opinion, a lot better than it is with the spear. I think they've done a really great job with the spear, but again, it's just not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? So that's my thoughts. I don't have anything more to add to that. So yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna just end stream here. You know what I mean? If y'all want to see me live playing Echoes of Ironcrad, I'll probably be playing it live on my second channel, Mr. Ducks Live. I might be going through a rebrand with that channel. I don't know. But yeah, over there, I just go live and play shit. From like Stead Decay to... survival games. It's always been my cup of tea. I like survival games more, so... Yeah, but again, with this DLC, like, it's just not... It wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Yeah, and like a lot of people liked Eternal, so I get why it would want to more cater to the people who liked Eternal more. I get that, but just I just couldn't get into it. Couldn't do it. So yeah, again, I might try to beat it on my own time because I like the story of Dark Ages. So I'll probably like the extension, which is this, but the gameplay, like the spear, I just can't do it. Just can't do the spear. Just not my thing. So yeah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end the stream there. Nice little 2-hour stream. Granted, the past I think it's maybe like 40 minutes of the stream. It was just like me trying to wrap my head around the empowered thing. Pisses me off a little bit. Whatever. Yeah. Secret location. I feel like that's a really good spot. I don't know. By the way, I want to make something clear. I know my opinion here will be very, very unpopular, and I'm cool with that. By the way, the reason why I don't have very much gamer score on this account is because I really don't play Xbox very much. I tried Indiana Jones, didn't like it. I beat Doom the Dark Ages on this account, and that's basically it. I got Eternal here, so battle mode. I don't know why it says battle mode, whatever. Maybe I'll jump back into Eternal. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. Just I miss the shield. I miss the shield a lot. Before you say it, yes, I do play it through this. I don't really mind. I miss the shield a lot. Oh, Jesus. Stretching a bit. Yeah, that's just. I might do a little Twitter scroll. We'll see what's going on. Maybe something dropped. Maybe something happened. We'll see. I don't get that. Seeing if there's like anything interesting going on before I answer, because I kind of want to get to the 2-hour mark, but because that Xbox has been brutal and but for at least one studio, rumors of its pending demise are exaggerated. By the way, like I follow Jez Corden. I don't mind Jez Corden, but I don't believe shit that what he says. Like he's just been so wrong in the past. It's not even funny. So everything he says, I take with a really, really large grain of salt. You know what I mean? Like I just don't trust him very much. I don't hate the guy. I like at all. I don't. But I have a hard time trusting him a bit. So, yeah. PlayStation heading to San Diego 2026 with 3 live panels. Lo-fi, whatever, however the fuck you say, all taking place in front of a live audience. I expect absolutely nothing will happen. The event will also feature a playable demo of Marvel Tokon Fighters Souls. When is San Diego Comic-Con? When's it taking place? Late July. I'm shocked we might actually get a release date for the new God of War. That'd be interesting. I'd like that. Like, we'll see what happens with it, but we could, and that could happen, and I'd be all up for it. I was expecting that to be like a state of play in like September, but hey, maybe they do announce it at San Diego Comic-Con. We'll see. Not wrong. Bro, I folded like a wet paper towel when this shit dropped. I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. PlayStation, I hate you guys. Bethesda, oh yeah, by the way, the one interesting thing about this is, so it turns out, we already knew it wasn't a remaster, but it turns out the servers for the PS4 and PS5 versions aren't connected, so there's no crossplay. And also, if you play on PC or Xbox, you actually can't get into the same servers as the people who are playing on PlayStation. So it's basically like a closed ecosystem. So the only way to experience Black Ops 1 and 2 in I guess you could say kind of its prime on PS5 and PS4 is to play the PS4 and PS5 versions. So you can't like, oh, I'm going to buy it on my Xbox, and then you can't like log on to it on your Xbox and then try to play it with like your PlayStation guys. You can't do that. So it's literally a closed ecosystem, which sucks, but shit happens. Yeah, so it's basically completely closed off. Yeah, so that's just something to keep in mind. No cross-play between Xbox and PC. It's basically you can only play amongst PlayStation players. I don't even think there's cross-play between PS4 and PS5 players, which that would be insane if that's true, but I don't think there is. But yeah, we'll see. Free cash. Let's see another Rust YouTuber promoting free cash with many of their followers saying it's not a scam. Yeah, okay, bro. The fuck is free cash? Why is Tolla? Whatever. Internet anarchist, okay.
Named emails on behalf of this company that calls itself Free Cash.
Anything calling itself, like, why would you trust something called Free Cash? What the fuck? Who's sitting there going, yes, this company called Free Cash is very legit. If I heard the name Free Cash, I wouldn't trust that thing for a fucking minute. Who thought that was a good idea? Free Cash. Yeah, what a trustworthy name.
My name's Gordon.
Unless he broke a law?
Unless he broke the law, he tried to touch a child. Whoa. I'm really happy France won, by the way. Oh, I might have to finally jump back into Power World.
You are finally awake.
Hey, you're finally awake.
We're giving away a meat truck.
Top new 2026 games by Steam revenue. Wow, that's insane. Slay the Spire too. Imagine working on Imagine working on this fucking game. Was it Matcha Coco? Whatever the fuck it's called. Imagine working on that fucking game and then just like imagine being a team of one working on an indie game and then suddenly waking up to $200 million in your bank account. Like, I don't know, that's pretty good. I wouldn't mind that at all. Granted, you still have taxes, and then you still have the fucking Steam cut, but that's not that bad. I'm happy we're taking a little bit of a break from the news, because like PlayStation had their annoying fucking reveal, which was fucking retarded. And then Xbox had their news, which their news, we were expecting it to be bad, like really bad, but then it ended up kind of subverting our expectations. They didn't really, like, to be fair, what they did with id was really fucked up. Like, id is such a legendary studio, they shouldn't have done that with id. But outside of what they did with id, they did fire a lot of people, which was horrible, but in the end, it wasn't as bad as what I feel like I was expecting. I was expecting, like, shit on fire, heaps of studios being shut down, nothing good happening, but there was a little bit of good there. Double Fine and Compulsion ended up going independent with all of their IP, which is very, very rare. And then Undead Labs and Ninja Theory both got sold to someone else, and they both have their games still coming out, which in the end, like, what more could you ask for from this situation? I knew it was going to be, I expected it to be really, really bad, but they ended up subverting my expectations and making it just bad. Again, it was bad because a lot of people lost their jobs, but it was a lot less worse than what I thought it was going to be. I'll say that much. I was expecting really, really bad, and I ended up just getting bad. So yeah, but yeah, I do need to be careful when I talk about layoffs, because we're talking about people's livelihoods, we're talking about people's jobs, you know what I mean? So I need to be careful when I talk about stuff like that, because it sounds like I'm what's the term I'm looking for? It sounds like I'm underestimating these people losing their jobs. I'm not. Like, you lost your job, that's really fucking horrible. Nobody should have to go through that, but I was expecting way worse than what they ended up revealing. I don't know how else I can really say that without sounding like a fucking asshole, but that's how I feel about it, you know what I mean? I was expecting way worse from this situation, and it ended up just being bad. Like, it was bad, but, you know, on the grand scale of things, I was expecting way worse than what they initially did, or what they have done. So, again, outside of what they did with Rare, like, I just, you know, sorry, not Rare, id. So, yeah. And then PlayStation's news, at least from a consumer standpoint, is astronomically bad. And that's the thing. From an objective, like, and I said this a little while ago. I said this, I feel like the PlayStation news is worse from a consumer standpoint, but from an actual objectively, like, from an objective standpoint, I feel like the Xbox news is worse. Because are we really going to compare discontinuing discs to almost 4,000 people losing their jobs? No, we're not. You know what I mean? From an objective standpoint, one is way worse than the other, because you've got real people being impacted, losing their jobs, and then you've got discs going away. One is majoritively worse than the other. From an objective standpoint, that's just true. But from a consumer standpoint, and this is where I get into a little bit of hot water, I feel like from a consumer standpoint, the disc thing is worse than the actual layoff thing. And see, that's where I get into hot water. I know that a lot of people would disagree, and a lot of people would be like, you're immoral for saying that, but I don't know, I feel like I'm saying the quiet part out loud. That being, from a consumer standpoint, I feel like the disc situation and what PlayStation revealed is marginally worse than what Xbox revealed, specifically from a consumer standpoint. Because look at the Xbox news from a consumer standpoint. From a consumer standpoint, the games you were promised in the Xbox Game Showcase are still shipping. 2 other studios are becoming independent with their entire backlog just, going with them. So 4 studios are still going to be making games. And the only downside from a consumer standpoint from the Xbox news is really the id thing. That being like the certainty of the Doom franchise is a little bit quaky. You know what I mean? No pun intended with the Quake thing. Yeah. So that's when it comes to it specifically from a consumer standpoint, well, I guess maybe there are fundamentals maybe I'm just ignoring, you know what I mean? The fact that this will disrupt morale within Xbox, which could in the end affect the quality of games. You know what I mean? Maybe there are things that I'm missing here. Maybe there are things that I'm ignoring. You know what I mean? But I feel like from a consumer standpoint, the PlayStation news is worse than the Xbox news. Because again, with the Xbox side of things, it's like the games that were going to ship are still going to be shipped. A lot of these studios are now going independent or being bought by other people. You know what I mean? And then from the PlayStation side, it's like, oh, we're losing physical media. And from an ownership level, it's really bad because you're basically being shoehorned and forced into an ecosystem where you don't really have very much ownership rights. As a consumer, I think that's horrible. Because you're basically again, I said this before, you're basically being forced into an ecosystem where you have no rights over your digital ownership. That's not good. You know what I mean? Now, having bad ownership rights over your digital media is bad in on itself, but being forced into that niche or being forced into that ecosystem is not good. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's marginally worse about it. And I think that's why from a consumer standpoint, the PlayStation news is worse than the Xbox news. I do believe that, but I think from an industry standpoint or from an objective standpoint, I think people losing their jobs is worse than losing access to physical discs. You know what I mean? I feel like one is worse than the other, obviously, from an objective standpoint, because we're trying to compare discs going away to people actually losing their livelihoods. That on an objective standpoint, one is clearly majoritively worse than the other. But I'll say this once and I'll say it again. From a consumer standpoint, I feel like the PlayStation news is worse than the Xbox news. Because again, I feel like from a consumer standpoint with the Xbox stuff, what do you really lose? The games you were originally promised are still shipping, and that's it. You know what I mean? From a consumer standpoint, I just feel like it's not that bad. You know what I mean? But then again, I guess I can kind of, because some people are bringing up, I can kind of see the argument where it's like, all right, well, the morale is going to be worse at Xbox. That's true. That's something I did neglect there. The morale probably will be worse at Xbox. Maybe they won't ship as much quality because there's going to be less developers there. To be fair, I guess to be fair, no, you guys are right. It's not good for the consumer when they want shorter deadlines, more crunchier deadlines, while also laying off a bunch of people. Because being like, all right, we want this game 2 years faster, but we're going to fire half of your team is never a good thing. All right, you guys make a point. Maybe the Xbox news is worse from a consumer standpoint. Or maybe neither is worse. Maybe they're both just really fucking bad on their own. I don't know. I have a problem where I like where I always compare things, and maybe this is something I just shouldn't compare. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here. Whatever. Actually, no, I'm definitely wrong. Oh, whatever. We'll leave it alone. We'll leave it alone. Yeah. Not great.
Right. This hasn't exactly been a wonderful 24 hours for me yet.
I opened this up and I just thought it was nothing. And yeah. Hummus. All right. That's great.
Famous athletes in the world.
Windows Central, Microsoft has no plans to shelve id Tech or id Software is not being forced to move to Unreal Engine. Yeah, I do. He's saying I do believe that. I think Jez Corden maybe. I think he's entirely correct about that. Actually, for once I'm agreeing with Jez Corden. I know that's insane. And I only say that because id Tech as an engine is so great, and it's such a core of id Software specifically. It would be insane for Microsoft to want them to move to Unreal Engine. I know Unreal Engine is more streamlined and it's easier, but it'd be insane to be like, yeah, you know that really, really iconic engine you guys have? Yeah, we want you to stop using that and use this basic ass Unreal Engine again. Well, not again, they never used it, but you guys get the point. Like, that's fucking stupid to me. That's fucking retarded. So yeah, and like I'll agree with Jez Corden that I don't think they would ever shelve the id Tech. I just don't. You know what I mean? Because they did fire a lot of people who do work on the id Tech engine, but from the looks of it, it looks like there are still departments and there are still like separate studios outside of id that. No, how do I say this? I saw a fucking tweet. It was from I think it was from that Ms. something. I don't know. I forgot what the guy's name is. But he mentioned, he's like, the studio that takes care and maintains the id Tech engine is still fully operational and they haven't seen any layoffs. And that's the interesting part about it, is a lot of people who work on the id Tech engine were laid off, but specifically one studio that does maintain the id Tech engine, they weren't laid off. So maybe, I don't know, I need to read more articles on it. So maybe I'm just not educated enough on this situation to be able to properly give my insight on this. But from the sounds of it, it doesn't sound like they would shelve the id Tech engine. Granted, Jez Corden does kind of bat for Xbox. He's a little bit of a meat rider there when it comes to the whole Xbox thing. But also, just from an objective standpoint, I just don't feel like it makes much sense to shelve the id Tech engine. Maybe it does. I guess you would cut costs going Unreal Engine, and going more like mainstream Unreal Engine means the people you do bring on board will be more familiar with it. It's an easier engine to wrap your head around and things like that. And they did fire a lot of experts with the id Tech engine. Like a lot of the people that were fired were like senior developers and senior coders and senior like QA testers and things like that. You know, special and people who specialize with the id Tech engine and developing for it. Like a lot of the people who were laid off were people who specialize with the id Tech engine. But then there's also the other side of it being the main studio that maintains the id Tech engine is still there. They haven't seen any layoffs, you know what I mean? So they're still maintaining it. They're still working on it. They're still doing things with it. But a lot of like senior software people have been fired from id. So I don't know, it's weird, but I do agree with Jez Corden here. I don't think they would grab the
We got Messi?
Shut the fuck
You
up.
have Neymar.
I don't care about that. Fuck it out. Yeah. My jaw really fucking hurts and I don't know why. Fucking hell. But yeah, I just don't see them dropping the id Tech. I just think it's very unlikely. I don't know why, but my head hurts and my jaw is really stiff right now, which is making it really hard to talk. It's fucking annoying.
Alright, real quick, I'm just going to show you guys. I made my own anti-dead zone. It works on all PS5 controllers, and soon it'll be working on a PS4 controller. I met my family.
Yeah, you got, yeah, no, I'm not even gonna say that. Whoa. Shit.
Another one. Well, I'll double check.
Maybe no. There is.
I'm more likely to be wrong than.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to say 4.
There's one more.
Because you said 4.
What is it? And I know because I
You sang
shout
it.
it out to Zach.
Okay, that's enough of that. It's was reportedly toying with pitches for a new. Oh yeah, I read this. That's fucking insane. A new Perfect Dark, a John Wick inspired game, and a more. Well, the more is like a Westworld inspired like sci-fi game, which would have been really cool. Yeah, half of the studio. I don't know.
Hold on. Hold on. No, Jeff. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, ready? No, That is insane. And what that means is all we have to do to kill a Luna Snow.
It's okay, there's just nothing going on. There is nothing going on. I'm surprised by getting gross in the replies, but it also shows that the vast majority of people are already trying to digital purchases, even for larger games. Elder Scrolls Remastered, Black Myth Wukong, and Co. are examples for that. Man, this is what sucks about it, is it's like, they really have done this at the perfect time where they're like, they announce bad news and everyone's like, yeah, I don't want to buy digital games on Thingo anymore. Well, you know, and also, it's kind of a bad argument what he was just saying. What did he even say again? I'm not surprised Red Say is getting roasted in the replies, but it also shows the vast majority of people are already to digital purchases, even for larger games. Forza Horizon 5, yeah, no, he's right. Kinda. Because it's like, if you're forced to buy something digital, you're good, like, I don't know. I'm way too cooked to be streaming right now. I'm just not on it. I'm just not on it today, man. I thought I was ready to talk for like 5 hours, and I'm barely 2 hours in, and I'm like, fuck, I can't do this. I do that all the fucking time. No, I think he's right. Kinda right. And I only say kinda right because it's like, yeah, when people are shoehorned and forced into buying digital media, some people kind of do. Fuck, he's right. Look, I haven't even fully made my statement on the whole digital media thing. I agree with Reforge. I do. I think Reforge is right. I think we're fighting the wrong battle. I think PlayStation has already made the decision to go with digital media. They're not going to backtrack clearly. And then there's also the last thing being that, what the fuck was the last thing? This is why I do survival games so much better. I just chill here. I just play survival games because I just get to turn my brain off and chill. What did Reforge say again? It was good. I liked it. Oh yeah. I feel like we are fighting the wrong battle. And I feel like Reforge is right about this, where it's like, we're fighting the wrong battle. PlayStation is already set in their ways. They're getting rid of physical media. There's nothing we can do about it. Where we should be fighting, where we should be concentrating our resources and our time, should be getting better ownership over our digital media. Because right now, we basically just have a license that they can revoke at any time, whenever the fuck they want. That is not a good thing. Objectively, that is not good. You know what I mean? What we should be fighting for right now is digital media ownership rights. That's what, yeah. And I think Reforge is 101% right about that. We should be concentrating all of our resources and on making sure we have better ownership over our digital media. Because the truth of it is, digital media is the future. It's going to happen eventually. And that's just the truth. That is the future of media. It's going to be digital, whether that's with the PS6 or the PS7. You know what I mean? It's going to happen eventually. So we should probably concentrate and fight to get better ownership over our digital media, considering that is the future. Considering that is the future we're going to be shoehorned into. You know what I mean? So yeah, I do believe that. But I'm going to end this here because the people are here, and yeah, I'm done. So whatever. Okay, bye.